guys, it's Ellie. So I know a lot of my videos are usually like really upbeat and like informational, and this one I'm planning on making it informational too, but it's probably gonna have more of like a serious tone, and it's gonna involve a little bit of me venting, so please don't attack me for that, or do. Y'all can say whatever you want, I can't stop you. But in this video, I'm talking about how general admission works for concerts, more specifically geared towards BTS, since that's their upcoming concert is coming up. And honestly, it's just, I see a lot of posts on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and everywhere. It's just like a lot of people are telling people the wrong information, and it's making me, like, I don't want to say mad, but like, I don't want people spreading the wrong information. So like, I want to clear up some misconceptions, I want to answer some questions, I want to make this a really good video. I might be spilling some tea, I have my little drink for you guys. So this video is basically just going to be me just like talking to you guys and telling you guys how general admission works. So coming from someone who's gone to concerts before, not just K-pop concerts, but other concerts, other GA concerts, I've done research. Like, and when I say research, I don't mean just like reading other people's comments on like Facebook and Twitter. I mean, I'm going to websites, I'm talking to venues, I'm talking to people who've also done other GAs. Like, I've been doing this for months, you guys. So like just try to take my word, I guess. And you feel free to do your own research too. I'm not gonna stop you, but I just want to be someone that you guys can come to for questions or help, and for the correct answers, so misconceptions stop getting spread. So let's begin. So I'm basically gonna walk you guys through how a typical GA day is gonna go for a concert like this. So when I say GA, I mean general admission, I mean pit, so standing only, so you don't have reserved seats. I know a lot of people are worried about that just because like it's first come, first serve. Now the big question people have is camping allowed? Is camping a thing? Do I camp? What time do I show up to camp? I'm gonna answer all those questions for you guys. So the first thing you have to figure out is how camping is handled by your venue. So it's different at every venue. So for the big venues that are used to handling bigger shows, like Staples in LA, the Prudential Center in Newark, and the whatever venues holding it in Chicago, those shows and those venues are used to having big GA crowds. They're used to it. They know how to handle it. So I would say I would feel a little more comfortable camping at those places, or arriving earlier than the time, just because the security there and the staff there know how it's handled, and they're more likely to follow that unofficial line. Now I'm going to get into all those terms a little later in the video, so just try to follow along. So the other venues, like the Oakland one and the Hamilton one, maybe those venues are a little smaller, they're not used to big shows, especially K-pop shows, and we all know our fans are a little wild. I am too, I'm not gonna lie. So those shows, maybe I wouldn't camp as early, or I wouldn't be as assured that the security is going to follow the unofficial line that fans make. Now, on to the unofficial line. The huge argument that's going on right now is if those are even allowed. Allowed. Okay, so every venue has to say they aren't, like, you aren't allowed to line up on the property. They have to say that. They have to say it for legal reasons, okay? Because if something on the wild chance happens to some kid, or something happens while someone's on their property, they are legally responsible for it, and they don't want that. Like, they don't want to have to be responsible for paying for security to be there overnight, and for paying for security to watch you guys and protect you guys and all that stuff. Like, they don't want to be responsible for that. So what people do, not just BTS concerts, but every GA concert ever, is they go to a place off property, across the street, down the road, another parking lot, off property, because that is allowed. People think that's illegal. No, it's public property at that point, it's allowed. Now, people are saying that those people are breaking the rules. No, they're not. They're not breaking the rules. The rules are only there to protect the venue, not really protect the fans, which yes, there's issues in that itself, but that's a whole other talk. So the T is the people who are yelling at people for wanting to camp and saying it's illegal and immoral. Camping is not illegal and immoral, and you yelling at someone else for like wanting to camp, I would say that's not the kindest thing to do. Gonna vet a little bit more. I've seen people threatening others for camping. Threatening, like, guys, really? Come on. Alright, so I'm trying not to make this video really long, but so that's kind of how that works. So unofficial line, how the unofficial line's gonna work is you're going to get there when you get there. I'll go over when people get there in a second. But you get there, you have all your stuff, you have your friends. Don't go alone. And if you just don't go alone, find someone, just be like, hey, let's go at the same time, go together so you have someone so you're not by yourself. It's safer that way. So yeah, go with a friend. So you get there, you get your stuff. So the fan line's gonna have a number system probably set up. They're either gonna write a number on your hand, or they're gonna give you a wristband, or they're gonna have you write your name on a thing. But just know that you also have to take it upon yourself to make sure you know your spot in line, and the people in front of you and behind you also know your spot in line. So communicate with them if you ever need to leave for a short amount of time or come back. So what time should you arrive to the unofficial line? So the venues have their own time that they're going to start handing out wristbands, and honestly, sometimes it's a little before, sometimes it's at the time. So what's going to happen is I would arrive, if you want to be really close to barricade, which I'm assuming you do if you're watching this video, I would arrive between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. And I know that sounds crazy, but you gotta do what you gotta do, because people are gonna arrive starting at 6 a.m. is gonna be like the normal crazies, and that's the thing. But if you wanna be crazy, get there before 5 a.m. Get there 3 a.m., okay? You'll be, usually if you get there before 4 or 5 a.m., you're gonna be top 200, and top 200 is barricade. And that's what we all want, right? Barricade. That's why you're watching this probably, so, and if you're not top 200, that's just kind of like a thing, the crowd moves, it shifts, so you might end up getting closer than your number says. I watched this video on a girl who was literally number 2,000 on her wristband, and she had this view. So yeah, that's a thing. Don't freak out if you can't get there that early, because you can still get a really good spot. And she arrived 30 minutes after they started handing out wristbands. So there's also that. And so this video is so unorganized, I'm literally just ranting. But so basically, you get your spot in line. So if you ever have to leave the line, make sure you're communicating with the people around you, make sure you're communicating with your friends, and you keep your number on your hand, and you only leave for short amounts of time, like 30 minutes, an hour tops. Like, just when someone leaves for an hour, you're like, because like we're all here, we're all waiting, like we're all trying to get there. Another really touchy topic is saving spots in line. It's okay if your friends are coming like 10, 15, 20 minutes after you, but if they're coming like hours after you, like if you get there at 4 a.m. and they're not getting there till 7 a.m., that's no, because like the people who are behind you, they think that they're number like 30, but then they're actually like number 80, and like that's not okay, because they're putting their time in there too. And I understand like your friends want to get there, and if you want to be by your friends, then just either convince them to come earlier or show up at the same time or move to the back with them. Now there's all, like during the unofficial line process, there's going to be armies organizing it. They're going to be probably giving numbers. Feel free to just talk to them, ask them questions. I'm probably going to be one of those people trying to organize the line for my day. I have wristbands bought, so if you see me, say hi. I have little goodies I'm giving out for everyone in line. They're really cute Polaroids. I'll probably make a video on those. So what else happens? So the time comes for security to move the line. So the security can literally move the line. It happens anytime between like 6 or 7 a.m. they'll move it onto property. And when I say moving the line, that's when the line goes from unofficial off private property to official on property. Now security can do this whenever they feel like doing it. They can do it 5 minutes before wristbands, and they can do it 5 hours before wristbands. It's just whenever they decide. So the bigger venues that are used to a lot of people, they'll probably move them earlier, because they know, oh, these are big shows, we're gonna have a lot of people coming. So they're gonna move that line. And when they move the line from unofficial to official, that's what people say when they call the security honoring the unofficial line. They're honoring it. They're following the numbers that fans made. They're moving it. Now everyone's like, oh, a super common misconception I see is people are always like, oh, that never happened last year. The GA is just this huge stampede of everyone just rushing at 10 o'clock the second it hits. Guys, no, that's not how it ever happens. That was a one-time thing that happened on Anaheim day 1, and Anaheim was on the Honda Center, and this year it's at Staples Center. So they're two completely different venues, so everyone who thinks that one day is going to happen for every other BTS show everywhere, no, not true, not true. It's not true, I promise. Especially at like Staples Center, they've honored camping in the past. Like I've talked to multiple people who've gone to other shows at Staples Center. Security listens to the fans. Like they're really good about that. And I'm sure Prudential Center, I've read really good things about them. They're really good about honoring fans. So I've seen people who are like, oh, I'm just gonna show up 5 minutes before 10 o'clock and I'm gonna run to the entrance. Guys, that's not gonna work. Like you're gonna have 500 girls screaming at you. And some people are like, oh, I don't care about that. But security is not gonna have it. Like they're not gonna deal with that. They're gonna be like, are you fucking kidding? Are you fucking kidding me? Get to the back. Like, no. Like, they're not, like people who are planning to rush the line at 10 a.m., that's not gonna happen because A, wristbands are already gonna be passed out probably by the time you plan on showing up. And B, security's not gonna let that happen because it's their job. And C, it's like, the unofficial line's probably going to already be made official before that. So it's just, I don't understand how people think that they can just rush the line and make it happen like last year. And also it's so unsafe. Like people got trampled, people were sent to the hospital, cuts, bruises, injuries. Like why in someone's mind would you prefer that over an organized line? Like it boggles my mind. Like I want safety for everyone. Like I want everyone to feel safe and have a great time and see our boys, and it's gonna be so good, but we all have to trust each other to communicate. Please communicate. If you're going to the LA Saturday show, I am part of an admin on a Facebook group chat. I'll link it down below. Please join it. It'll be used for official updates, live updates, tell you guys all the plans so everyone can communicate with each other, communicate with the security, be mature about it. Don't start whining and be mature about it, be adults. Like, I'm an adult, I'm sure a lot of people going are adults. If you're a kid, act like an adult, like please. If we're all mature and kind and conscious of each other, because we're humans, it will go amazingly. This happens at concerts all the time. The unofficial line gets moved to official, and then everyone just goes and gets their wristbands, and then we can leave, eat some food, take a shower, come back, line up according to the numbers, and go in. It works perfectly every time. It worked like that at other BTS concerts in Prudential Center and in Chicago and the second day at Anaheim. The only time that it happened as the mosh pit mad run is the first day. I promise it doesn't work like that. Okay, now that I got that cleared up, I'll walk you guys through what happens. As I just said before, you're gonna get your wristbands with your number on it, and you are usually free to go. Like at 10 a.m. or 8 a.m., whenever you get your wristband, your official one from the center, you're free to go. You can go do whatever you want. You can come back whenever you want. You can go get merch. You can go take a nap. You can go get ready, like whatever you want. And if you have sound check, they're gonna have probably a separate wristband for that. You go to the sound check line, you get your sound check. Sound check comes back out, you go back into the GA line with your number. So if you're number 100, you go right back to being number 100. Perfect. Everything works. I probably talked really fast during this. I'm trying to think if I forgot anything. Okay, so I don't think I forgot anything. So I basically just covered a lot in a really short amount of time, but I think I covered rules, everything. I'm gonna make another video soon about tips on how to camp, which will be a really important one. So please, subscribe and stay tuned for that, because, I try to make my videos really, useful for people and, helpful, and I really hope you guys, actually enjoy these. This one was just, I don't script my videos. I literally just sit down and I just talk. So if I seem crazy or I seem insane, that's probably why. Please just leave me any concerns, any comments, any questions you have down below. If you don't agree with what I said, that's okay. Everyone's entitled to their opinions, but I'm just telling you guys that that's how lines work at concerts. That's how GA lines work. Not just for BTS, not just for K-pop, but for every concert that has GA lines and a lot of fans. It's just how it works, guys. So people saying that camping's not allowed, they'll kick you out. They'll only kick you out if you're on your property, okay? People literally just go across the street and start the line. So just communicate with each other, be kind, stop attacking each other and threatening each other, okay? I love you guys a lot, so I'll see you soon. Bye.